Hello everyone and welcome back to Crypto Atlas. In today's video, I will be discussing Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Orchid. And we don't really have a lot of movers really going on today. Everything's pretty much red, and there's actually a pretty good reason, it seems like, relating to that. So we're going to talk about that in the news. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe for more cryptocurrency news and technical analysis, as well as if you guys haven't yet, please make sure you do hit that thumbs up like button. Let's try to get to 50 likes at least on this video, just like I try to do on all my videos. And also click the bell icon so you can stay up to date with all the latest cryptocurrency news and technical analysis. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about everything that's been going on. And let's go ahead and get right on into this. Again, this is going to be some pretty quick info for you guys today. First off, Gamestop. Now, if you guys haven't heard about this with Gamestop, Gamestop has been going crazy, and it's largely because of this organization group known as the wallstreetbets, as you guys can see right here in the center of the screen. And wallstreetbets, essentially, they're a Reddit group, and they've been saying, look, there's all these companies that are out there that keep shorting these stocks, right? And so they're, in a sense, starting to manipulate the system, as a lot of these people hurt the majority of investors, the regular individuals, the ones that don't have a lot of money in their pockets, that are banking on the idea of it going up. It's more risky to bet on it going down than it to go up, because of just natural inflation means that more money printing means prices rise. Doesn't necessarily mean that the value is going to be going up more, but it does mean that the price itself is going to be going up more, right? So that's something to take into account with this, and it's so important to really identify how this also correlates over to Bitcoin, because it's starting to show that the people are getting tired, and that the internet has the power to start saying what they really define has the value and what doesn't. And so we're going to be talking a little bit more about this in just a minute. I'm going to start with some of the other articles. Mayor Francis Suarez in Miami. This is really cool. The city of Miami believes in Bitcoin, and I'm working day and night to turn Miami into a hub for crypto innovation. Proud to say Miami is the first municipal government to host Satoshi's white paper on government site. That is absolutely awesome. It's so cool that he tagged some of the leading innovators in the space as well. And this is also really important because, if you guys don't know Craig Wright, he is trying to claim again that he's Satoshi Nakamoto, and now he's claiming that he owns the copyrights to the original white paper. And everyone is really protesting against this by hosting the white paper on their own websites. So it's becoming much more of a public statement, which is the whole point of what it was originally created. And everyone's basically saying like a big F you to Craig Wright for this. So very interesting with that. And then next thing, Bitcoin crashing. Yes, it did drop down below $30,000. In fact, as of the time of me recording this, I'm looking over not so much on the TradingView chart, but I'm actually looking over here, and we just passed below $30,000. So we're kind of keeping an eye on how things are moving there. It's 4:17 p.m. Pacific Standard Time as of the time of me recording this video. So it's a little bit past the new daily position, right? But anyways, so this guy decided to line up two different charts, one from 2017 and one that's showing a reflection of what's going on now. And you can see that there are some mirror images that are happening. And the question is really, are we going to see an actual further continuation where we're at now, like what we had happen in the 2017 going to the 2018 period? And the question really comes down to, ultimately, what are the new regulations that are going to be happening? Who are the new adopters going to be? How many other institutions are going to step forward or back out of the equation? And also just the further continuing of demand in general. We already know that the supply has reduced in comparison to the 2017 period. We know that demand has also increased. We know that mainly it is institutional investors that are coming in that are acquiring the Bitcoin now. So there are factors for sure that are changing, but things like the Wall Street bet, and everybody is saying like, hey, let's all dump our money into GameStop. Well, GameStop stock prices went way up, so technically there's some easy money. And if it's a consistent group doing this stuff and it's technically legal, some people might be looking to try and take money out of crypto just so they can drop it into these other market things with the stock, just to try and make the profits for now, because Bitcoin technically isn't moving. It's technically dropping down right now, and that could lead more people to say, hey, let me try and make some profits in some other things before Bitcoin decides it wants to start moving. Another piece of interesting, actually, you know what, let's talk about this further. So Bitcoin shed, when it went down, nearly $200 billion in market cap in just 3 weeks since it hit record highs of over $40,000 on January 8th. Over the past 2 years, Bitcoin has appreciated nearly 800%. Over 4 years, that figure moves to 3,550%. And if you look back 10 years, early investors have made, this is crazy, some 7,791,699% on their original investments. Damn! That is really nice. You put $1 in, you get a if it was $1 and you put $1, that's $7,791,699 for your $1 investment 10 years ago, right? That's absolutely crazy. Wish I put $1 back then. I wish I even knew about it back then. I didn't know about it back then. Maybe I heard about it, but I don't remember it at all. I have no recollection of it. In fact, when I heard about Bitcoin, the only time that I remember hearing about it was when it was hitting the $20,000 price point. And then next bit of information we got for you guys. Take a look at this art piece. Isn't that beautiful? Almost looks like it's from a original Nintendo or an Atari or something, right? Look at all the pixels. There's not very many of them. But anyways, this art piece just sold for $762,000. Oh. Okay. Man, I'm sorry, I'm laughing at it. There's like people that do absolutely crazy art, and then there's one that's like, I'm just learning how to do pixel art for my video game. Oh, NFT website? Okay, let me up. Whoa! Whoa! Should just upload one giant square block. Just black. Just like that. $10 million! And then show off to your friends. Look at this. I own a digital screen of black. Amazing. I own the color black. Somebody might buy it. I mean, somebody bought this for $762,000. Let's go ahead and highlight some key things. First off, Securities and Exchange Commission has yet to approve a Bitcoin ETF, which is not the same as what I was just talking about, but a Bitcoin ETF would be absolutely amazing, and we are seeing other locations that have started to roll this out. I believe one was over in Switzerland, if I recall. I think they're trying to finalize it up over in Canada. We've been wanting a Bitcoin ETF in the United States for a while. It's been largely suggested that if that rolls out, that the price of Bitcoin is going to skyrocket up. You got major financial investors such as Mr. Wonderful, aka sorry, I just forgot his name. Anyways, so he said that he would invest into Bitcoin ETF if it came out. So the Bitcoin ETF saying that the underlying asset is too illiquid and could be manipulated. Look what happened with the stocks, dude. Over freaking Gamestop. You're worried about Bitcoin being manipulated? You think stocks aren't being manipulated? Come on. I think if anything, they should say, given the circumstances of just what happened with the stocks, if people want to manipulate it, they can do it in mass, right? And Bitcoin is a growing demand and it's showing a lot of actual tangible value behind it, given its actual design principle format. So for that reason, I think this is a perfect time for them to say, screw it, approve it. That said, Wood thinks the momentum is in Bitcoin's favor, with blockchain advocates like Gary Gensler coming into the key regulatory positions. Taking the cynical view, former Goldman Sachs CEO Lloyd Blankfein said regulators would put the hammer down if Bitcoin got big enough. Some are suggesting they think it needs to hit $2 trillion before it actually gets that approval, but it's just a theory. Melvin Capital and Citron Capital, the Goliaths to the degenerate Davids, have reportedly been forced to close their positions at a, quote, a loss of 100%, according to Bloomberg. It's really a sight to behold. Describing the price action, Scaramucci threw around terms like democratizing and decentralizing and called the whole show a proof of concept that Bitcoin is going to work. For those in this decentralized rabble looking to professionalize Bitcoin boosters and partner at Morgan Creek Digital, Anthony Pompliano has set up a crypto jobs board. Now talking about this NFT again. This past Saturday, decentralized organization Flamingo DAO dropped $761,889 on a single token. Not just any random crypto. This was a non-fungible, one-of-a-kind, tokenized set of pixels called an NFT. It was also part of cryptocurrency history. This includes the alien punk that Flamingo bought. One of 9 such pixelated portraits. This particular NFT was highly sought after. A DeFi personality, OX_B1 personality, who also bid on the item, valued it at roughly $1 million. Okay. Art is in the eye of the beholder. So if you want to spend $750,000 on this, then, you know, sure, go ahead. Anyways, art is supposed to appreciate in value. NFTs, I love the idea. Don't get me wrong, right? I think NFTs have a huge promising future. But that was interesting. Anyways, let's move on. Gamestop investing craze. Proof of concept for Bitcoin success, says Scaramucci, as we were just kind of talking about with this. Skybridge Capital's Anthony Scaramucci said Wednesday that retail investor-led stock surges for video gaming firm GameStop suggest Bitcoin will ultimately be a success. On Tuesday, a volatile trade session largely driven by a campaign by members of the Reddit forum subreddit wallstreetbets saw GameStop jump 92.7%. Trading of the stock has been halted multiple times in the last week as price spikes triggered market protections. Interesting when you think about it, right? The people actually come together to start pumping the price instead of one single organization, and they want the price to go up, and then the market's like, oh, freeze it so that they don't be doing all this shady business. And then meanwhile, you got these companies that are mass tanking, shorting these things, and the market's like, yeah, let them keep going. It's fine. Unless it goes too fast, then they shut it down too again. So I don't know. I guess it's kind of balanced. Not really. After Elon Musk joined the fray, tweeting GameStop shares rose 50%, the video gaming stock is now worth $10 billion and classified as a large cap stock, according to Bloomberg. Absolutely crazy. Reddit users do not manipulate the stock market. The government printing trillions of dollars and handing it to Wall Street does pass it on, which is quite true. I agree with that. Bitcoin Twitter is jealous of Wall Street bets. No, we literally memed internet money into a $600 billion asset, and they're taking down hedge funds for lunch. We're brothers. I also agree with that. Max Kaiser said, regulators, money printers, insiders, politicians, CNBC built an exclusive playground of free credit and endless profits trading on inside info while levying draconian taxes and usurious rates for outsides. Wall Street bets just blew that crap up. Bitcoin will finish the job. So it's just destroying it, man. Absolutely destroying it. If you don't like suits, buy. This is both GameStop and AMC. That was another stock that had been pumped a bunch today thanks to that organization. If you don't like the bakers, buy Bitcoin. And then Tyler actually was talking about this yesterday for GameStop. And so now he's saying if I was the CEO of AMC, the next move would be to purchase Bitcoin and put it on the balance sheet, right? So he's doing the same thing. He talked about it with GameStop yesterday, and I totally agree with him. And, oh, yeah. Wait, I thought I liked that one. Okay. Let's go take a look at the charts. I'm going to try and keep this brief for you guys. Yesterday was quite a substantial drop that took place. Yesterday went from about $32,578, passed all the way down, just slightly below our not 21 EMA. It's already down below that, below our 0.5 on the Fibonacci retracement. That was a key level at $29,900, which coincidentally is where we have bounced off of today. So as you guys can see, I zoom in here, we did bounce off of that today so far, like right on that line. But yesterday it dropped further down below, all the way down to $29,154. The question is it going to be able to maintain above $30,000 right now, as we have seen it dip multiple times below $29,000? Again, the sentiment with the stock market, people are wondering if they should be allocating some of their funds over there, and how long that rally with that subreddit group is really going to continue on, how many other stocks that they might be looking to invest into, or are they just going to be sticking with the same ones? At what point are people going to be starting to take profits out of that? And also the sentiment is also suggesting that the mentality of the people in that subreddit should be the same kind of mentality of people that are also looking to get into something like Bitcoin, and so they might actually start pumping Bitcoin and saying, like, you know, now's the time, we really need to come together on this common cause, and we define what we want. And so you got $27,000 is another key level of support. If it really decides it wants to drop down further, that's at the 0.382 on the Fibonacci retracement. If it decides it wants to continue back up, first off, it's going to need to break above $31,440. And another level is going to be at the 0.618 on the Fibonacci retracement, which is at $32,770. Getting above that, we have $32,963. That's on the 21 EMA. Very important if we can get above the 21 EMA, as that establishes signs that we're now entering into a bull market. We are in a bear market right now, and it is what it is. We have 1 day of closure below this major level of support. Not good. You typically need 2 to 3 days of closure. So today, if it manages to pull up to at least that $31,458 kind of level and close out above that, then we are not showing signs of a further continuation, because in the broad spectrum of things, we're inside of a symmetrical triangle pattern, as you guys can see here. So that largely signifies that we could go all the way towards around February 2nd before a decisive move needs to be made. But the decisive move may have already been happening to yesterday and to today, suggesting that it's going to have a further decline before it has the potential chance for recovery. And how far this is going to go down is ultimately led by a whole series of questions. So it's going to be a very interesting 24-hour period, especially tomorrow when the stock market opens up once again. I'm going to be checking out what's going on with that subreddit group and what they're talking about. And so, yeah, we got $31,455 on the uptrend right there. We got $32,000 as a higher level, $33,000. Then we get above $33,353 and $34,132. We finally break out of that level of resistance, and then we'll finally be able to get to $36,900 as, I would say, a major tipping point right now. So the ultimate goal is if we could get to $36,864, then we're really showing signs of a strong recovery. That's a huge daily candle, and realistically, I would be more so looking at us even just trying to get back to this median zone. So I would be most focused on a positive side if we get to 32,800 for short term. Looking at Ethereum and what's going on over there. Ethereum had also a substantial drop yesterday, bounced right off of that 21 EMA. I tell you guys, this thing is really reliable. And then we got 1,003. So the 21 EMA, let's go ahead and start with that, was at $1,200 for that bounce. A higher level up we have is $1,227. That's a key level I'd be looking at for right now. For the most short term, we're looking on like a really micro perspective. But if you're looking on a daily position, I would say $1,200 once again. And if it drops even further below that, we're going to have a level right around 1,137. Let me go ahead and get this carried out a little bit further, and then we're dipping down to $1,000, and then even further below that would be at $974. And if we decide to break up, then we got 1,284 on the high end. A further continuation even above that is 1,420, and then 1,480 at the all-time high. That's our ultimate breaking point zone that we're trying to aim for, is $1,480. Let me go ahead and swap this over into a green and set that up as a solid line as well. So that is looking much, much, much better in that point of view. All right, looking absolutely beautiful. I am loving it. I'm not necessarily loving the price dropping down right now. Don't get me wrong on that. And then let's go ahead and take a look at Orchid, just to kind of wrap everything up. And again, I said this is going to be a shorter video than normal. I normally always say that, but it's actually going to be a shorter video than normal. Substantial drop yesterday that took place, as we saw with the market also dropping down significantly. So Orchid has now dropped down below the 21 EMA. With a daily closure below hand, it could be a fake out. Once again, doesn't necessarily mean that we are in officially a bear market position for Orchid. We've been seeing an overall trend pattern going up. You can even see that when it dropped down below this 21 EMA, it did slightly pass below on our lower level, the 0.236 of the Fibonacci retracement there. But it also almost bounced off of our key level of support, which is at 26 cents. It got very close to that. On the new daily candle position, if it was to drop down further, just slightly higher at 26 cents or 0.2616 is a major level to be concerned about for it to potentially bounce off of. If it breaks through further, then we could have a lot more trouble going on. And also at 26 cents, 0.2634, that's on that previous Fibonacci I was just talking about. A break up above to 28 cents is where the 21 EMA is. Getting above that, then we need to get back into 30 cent range, right around we're looking at ideally 0.3047, and then above that at 31 cents or 0.3108. That will give it the opportunity to starting to stabilize itself once again in the 30-cent range, trying to push back above 33 cents. But if a further drop was to ensue, then ultimately we've got a lot of cause for concern that's going to be taking place on a really low end right around 22 cents at 0.2239. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video there. Once again, if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button. Let's try to get to 50 likes on this video, and also click the bell icon so you can stay up to date for the latest cryptocurrency news and technical analysis. Drop a comment down below. Tell me what you thought about everything today. If there's anything important that you think I missed out on, or you just want to give any thoughts, or if you just want to say hi. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next episode.